Hey y'all, I'm Mickey Gousset. Now today we're diving into GitHub Copilot Autofix, the AI-powered tool that is revolutionizing how we tackle software vulnerabilities. Now buckle up, because we are about to turbocharge your security game. Hey, yeah, real quick. If you end up getting something out of this video or this channel, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and smash the bell to get notification of updates. It really helps me to grow the channel. Thanks a lot. So, what is GitHub Copilot Autofix? GitHub Copilot Autofix is an AI-powered feature of GitHub Advanced Security, also called GAS, designed to help you find and fix software vulnerabilities. It's like having a security expert right at your fingertips, working alongside you to make sure your code is more secure. And good news, it is available for free for public repositories, which is going to be a boon for open source developers. Now, Copilot Autofix is an expansion of GitHub code scanning that provides users with targeted recommendations to fix code scanning alerts. Now, there's several different reasons why you might want to use Copilot Autofix. Those include things like speed. Developers using Copilot Autofix fix vulnerabilities 3 times faster than manual fixes. Expertise. It explains vulnerabilities and suggests fixes, even if you're not a security expert. Efficiency. It reduces time spent on security-related code reviews by up to 60%. Productivity. Users report a 25% increase in overall developer productivity when they've used Copilot Autofix. But I think a demo will really help drive this point home. Okay, so I thought for this video on Copilot Autofix, at least for the demo portion, we would do it completely from scratch. So first thing we need is a repository. So we're going to create a repo, and we'll call it Copilot Autofix 1. And this will be demo of Copilot Autofix. All right. So we're going to make it public, so you can access this repo if you want to. And we'll add a README file and click Create Repository. So this is going to give us a blank repo that now we can work in to actually show off Copilot Autofix. But I need some code. And as you know, if you follow my channel, I'm not a real developer anymore. So let's see if Copilot itself can help me with some code. Now, Copilot in general is not going to give you insecure code. In fact, sometimes if you ask it to help you with insecure code, it will come back and say, I can't do that. But since I'm doing a demo, I think it'll probably help me. So I'm going to say I am doing a demo to show GAS and Copilot Autofix. Create some insecure code for me. I want something that GAS will find with code scanning and that can be fixed with fixed with Copilot Autofix. I would like 2 to 3 examples of code, including what to name the file. Whenever you're using Copilot or any AI for that matter, the more details you can provide in the prompt, the better response you're going to get. So let's see what I get back. All right, so here's a few examples that I can use with a demo. So it's giving me, it looks like one that is SQL injection, one that is insecure credentials, and one that is an insecure deserialization. Interesting. All right, let's go create these files, right? So we need a file. We're going to call it insecurecredentials.py. So let's add a new file, and we're just going to commit these directly in the root and directly in the main branch. This is insecure credentials. Let's go up here and grab the code. Just copy it over, commit those changes. Let's get the next one. That's our SQL injection one. So we'll grab the file name. We're going to add a new file. We'll call it SQL injection, grab the code, commit the changes. And then finally, we've got insecure deserialization. So let's add this file name, and then the code itself. Okay, so this is code given to me by Copilot. So now let's go see if Copilot did indeed make it insecure enough to where we can demo advanced security. So we'll go to settings, go to code security, scroll down to the bottom, and because this is a public repo, I have access to code scanning and other tools like Copilot Autofix, which you'll see is turned on. And I'm going to go to advanced. Oh, nope, I don't want to go to advanced, sorry. Let's go back to settings. I want to do it using the default scanning. The difference between the default scanning and the advanced scanning is, and I probably need to do some advanced security videos if I haven't, I don't remember. But the default scanning makes it a little easier to get started. It encapsulates and hides some of the features or things that otherwise you have to manually configure. But in this case, we're going to be scanning for Python using standard GitHub runners. And I'm going to enable CodeQL. And by enabling CodeQL, the default scanning, the first thing it does is it's going to run a scan. You'll see there is a CodeQL workflow on the left-hand side. However, you'll notice that in my repository, there is no .github workflows folder. That's because since we chose the default method, there's not a workflow file that we have to modify. It kind of hides all that from us to make it a little bit easier to get started. But we can go to CodeQL, excuse me, and here's our CodeQL job. We've only got one language, so we're only going to see one job. If we had multiple languages in here, then we would see multiple jobs because it would scan for each language. And this should take, I don't know, a minute or less to run. It's set up CodeQL. Now it's performing the actual analysis where it's going to create the CodeQL database and then run the queries against CodeQL, against that CodeQL database and return the results. And hopefully we'll get at least one alert since we put 3 files in there that may have problems. So we'll see how good a job Copilot did helping us out with creating us some code for our demo. All right, you can see that it is finished running. And if we go back to the security tab, you can see that it found one thing. Interesting. So it found the clear text logging of sensitive information. Now, why didn't it find the other two? It could have been that, the automatically generated code just didn't actually generate the errors that we thought it was going to for us. It could be there's CodeQL also determines if code isn't being called in a path or something, that it won't necessarily trip. But that's okay, because we do have this one error that was found in our insecure credentials Python file. Now, if we go into this alert and look at this alert, with alerts in general, with advanced security code scanning, we get things like it shows us where the problem is in the code. It shows us the path we take to get to that code. It shows us why this is a problem and gives you recommendations on how to fix this. And this is stuff we've always had there for a while. It also gives us links to the different CWEs. So as a developer, this is probably enough information that if I want to spend some time, and I'm not a Python developer, but if I want to spend some time really reviewing this and looking at some of these examples, I could probably figure out what the problem is and how to fix it. But with Copilot Autofix, I can also just click Generate Fix. And Generate Fix is then going to go ask Copilot Autofix, hey, can you fix this for me? So with our advanced security tools, we're not just trying to find the problems, we're also trying to fix the problems. Find means fixed. And you can see it's come back, showing that, hey, it wants to change line 15 to be this. And that should fix our problem. Okay, sure, that looks good to me. So I have the option now. I could commit this to an existing branch. I could create a new branch with this. So I'm going to create a new branch. And we'll call that branch alert autofix 1. Here's my commit message. And I want to go ahead and open up a pull request for it. Now I could also check it out locally or check it out into GitHub Desktop, but I want to create a pull request for it. So I'm going to commit that change. And here we are. We now are in a pull request. We're in the branch alert autofix 1 that was created. We've created a pull request for us, and it's even determined that this is the potential fix for this alert. Gives us information. You'll notice that it was suggested by Copilot Autofix. You'll also notice that code analysis is running again, this time against this branch. That's because with default code scanning, by default, it runs against your main branch and against PRs that are against your main branch or other protected branches. Now, this isn't a real PR. Well, it's a real PR, but it's draft. So it's not where I could merge it yet. It's still in draft status, but I can go ahead and run the code scanning against it to see if it fixes that problem, see if it finds that problem again. So let's let the code scanning run, see what it comes back with us. See if it tells us anything. Also, depending on what rules we may have put in place, like repository rule sets, we could also block this PR based off of the alerts that are found, whether like high severity alerts or critical alerts. We might want to block the pull request. All right. So let's go back to our pull request for a second. So we can see the job's completed successfully. There were no new alerts generated in this code. So we didn't add any code that was bad. So let's go turn this into an actual pull request. And now we want to merge it. Now, merging this to the main branch is pushing it to the main branch, which means that, yes, once again, code scanning is going to run this time. Now, what we should see when code scanning finishes running is, since we fixed the alert, GitHub's going to realize we fixed the alert and it's going to automatically close the alert for us. So that's what we're hoping to see, is that code scanning is going to run and it's going to automatically close the alert for us. That's the goal. And that's one of the nice things about advanced security code scanning with CodeQL, is that once you fix the problems, those alerts will close themselves automatically. You don't have to remember to go back in and close them after the fact. Now this will take, again, probably about a minute or less to run, just like we saw before. Code scanning works over multiple languages. Copilot Autofix works over several of the languages that code scanning supports. And I would guess GitHub's going to add more in the future. Ideally, our whole goal here is, if you find an alert, we want to provide you the means to be able to fix that alert as quickly and as easily as possible. All right, so our code scanning ran successfully. And now if we go back to our security tab and we go to code scanning, you'll notice that we have no open alerts. We have one closed alert. We can see that alert is the alert we saw before, and that we automatically closed it because we fixed it in main, and we've done a scan to show that it is fixed in main. So that is one of the ways that we can use Copilot Autofix, by going to the alerts, clicking Generate Fix, and having it generate the fix for us. However, wouldn't it also be nice if in the pull request I added insecure code, that it found that and suggested a fix in the pull request? Well, Copilot Autofix can do that as well. I'll show you that in the next video. GitHub Copilot Autofix is changing the game for software security. It's not just about finding vulnerabilities anymore. It's about fixing them quickly and efficiently. So, whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, I recommend you give Copilot Autofix a try and level up your security game. Thanks for watching.